100 hours, 100 stars. I have a very, very special guest today. He is celebrity chef Ajay Chopra. He's got tons of food shows that he's done on television, as well as the YouTube channel that he runs on, of course, YouTube. It's something that has been a phenomenal success because I like the idea that he came up with, especially the Daddy's Cooking Challenge, or should I say, bringing the daddies into the kitchen. That has been beautiful, simply because I think people have stopped understanding the importance of having their daddies also cook at home. And Chef Ajay Chopra actually threw light upon all of that. I'm so happy and glad, Ajay, to have you on this 100 hours, 100 stars special. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, Annie. Thank you so much.
So quickly about 100 hours, 100 stars, the whole idea is that we're trying to build in as much as we can to contribute to the fund. And this is the PM relief efforts that we're trying to contribute to, especially for our COVID warriors who are fighting on the front line.
Yeah.
There are so many people who are fighting, and there is a
Sure.
need for, right from the hazmat suits to the PPE suits to masks and so on and so forth. And that need is never going to end anytime soon, going by the rising numbers. So
Yeah,
we
true.
from our end, HT Media, HT Print, as well as Radio 1 and Radio Nasha are getting together to try and bring as many stars as possible and have our viewers contribute whatever bit they can contribute. So right at the end of the screen, one side of the screen, you will find a link which you click, scan the QR code, and you proceed to contribute. Whatever the amount is, it's never big or small. Just do whatever comes to your heart. So now coming to you, Chef, the lockdown. It's been more than a month and it has been historic. I remember doing an Insta Live with you a few weeks ago, I think in the very second week of the lockdown, where you spoke
Yeah.
about how you're trying to make the most of the time that you now have at home because, of course, being a celebrity chef, your schedule was packed and you might not have got the kind of time you always wished for with your children, for instance. So what has this lockdown meant to you?
Well, I think I was listening to one of the speakers, who speaks for a church, and he says that God has right now allowed all the treadmills of this world to stop, and man, as we were on a treadmill all the time, so get up, run, run, and suddenly there's been a halt. So obviously, the beginning days were we were calculating the risks and we were calculating how it's all going to pan out and how the businesses are going to run. But I think over a period of time, I found peace in my heart that lately I've got peace in my heart that this is where we are. This is what we have to do. This is our Garden of Eden, and we must enjoy how God has placed us. We're raising funds for people for essentials because let's thank God that we have food on our table every day. We have a house that we can quarantine ourselves into. So all those blessings I'm actually just thanking God for on a each day basis. So this is how lockdown has been. Thanking God, really.
How nice, how sweet of you. I also particularly like the videos you've been doing on Insta on your handle with your wife. How did she agree to do it?
Well, the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is that she had this thing on her heart for a long time that she, God has given her some beautiful skills which she needs to also showcase. And I know that we've had this chat many times, and she wanted to come out and do it. But I think even for her, it was just this push, and I think this quarantine brought in that push that now or never. And so she decided, okay, fine, let's do it. And so we've been doing a lot of videos for her page newly opened called Wonder Woman Amrita. So she's
nice.
sharing a lot of hacks, parenting, about cooking, and about gardening, because we have a very small garden, balcony garden, but she's got haldi happening there, she's got potatoes happening there, she's got garlic happening there, she's got karela happening there.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's got a lot. Yeah. So it's about how you can bring out the best and the most from wherever you are. So she's a believer of that. And so yeah, for coming in for those videos was not so difficult, I would say.
So gardening, now like you're saying that your wife has invested so much of her time in having homegrown herbs, homegrown vegetables, and, the basic necessities, which everyone, even despite the fact that we're living in metros, can maybe try and do. Are there like one or two basic tips for anybody to start something like this at home that you have on your mind you can share?
So whatever tips I will give, I will be like, taking it from her only because I keep hearing what she says on her page. But what I understand is that, we have to start somewhere. A lot of
Right.
times we just don't start. And when we start, it starts to happen. A plant will take some time to grow, but you can't just not do it to think that, oh, it's too tough a process. It's like going to the gym, or it's like going and starting to read a new book, or it's, starting something new as an activity or a habit. It's just like that. So I think, gardening just kind of fulfills something inside you that, wow, this can happen. And over a period of time, I think over the last year and a half or two, she's been really working hard with a small garden that she has. And this morning we were thanking God. We had a chutney. We had a green chutney, because everybody's wondering how to have a green chutney in this COVID time, because you don't want to eat anything which is raw, right? So we had garlic from our little garden. We had ajwain
Right.
leaves from our little garden. We had,
Nice.
we had all the stuff from a little garden. And then we made this chutney. So, we were thanking God that, wow, this small little garden is actually coming out to be a great blessing.
Wow, that's super cool. That is super cool. Okay, that's a good lesson one can always take. I think it starts you start it with very small and simple steps that I think every household really knows how to do it by now.
Yeah.
Okay, now this pandemic, okay, the crisis that has come up, you haven't been able to go to work, although we are all making the most of our time at home, doing all the chores at home and things like that. But this crisis that has stopped people from doing what they used to normally do, and now we are moving into a new normal. You can't step out of the home without a mask and things like that. So, going forward, what are some of the conversations you've been having with your fraternity, for instance, Chef? I'd really love to know.
So I think, I was talking to Chef Atul Kochar yesterday. We had a live session, and I'm
Oh,
just going to
nice.
park this phone somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a box. Okay. Yeah. So I'm saying that this is all jugaad. So I was having
Yeah,
a
of course.
conversation with Chef Atul yesterday, and we were talking exactly about the same thing. And what came about was that when 9/11 happened, suddenly the security systems across the world changed drastically. Before 9/11, there was no dog sniffing your cars. There was no swab testing at hotel entrances. There was no metal detectors. But suddenly all of that came in. Now that was basically everybody was scared, and today the same thing is happening. It's just that the scare is on a different level because
Right.
we can't see the enemy. So obviously a lot of companies are building sanitizing chambers, which are possibly going to become a norm before every restaurant. So you enter into a sanitizing chamber, you sanitize your hands. Possibly 100 cover restaurants will become 50 cover restaurants. Chefs and the new fashion. I think I saw this in the beginning of March. I bought a mask and I was wondering that 2020 be like this. 2020, I think there will be a fashion of masks. I don't know why I thought that. Didn't know how long this is going to go, but I just
At the
felt that, and
beginning.
I see now. I see design. Yeah, I see designers coming up with masks designs now. So I think, yeah, I mean, designer masks are going to be the next big thing because everybody has to wear a mask. There is no option of not wearing one. But I think hygiene and sanitation are the two major subjects which will kind of boost up in all kitchens. Don't know how street food will be taken anymore. Maybe it will be a sudden stop or a sudden hit to that market. Maybe times change. Maybe conveniences change. Maybe rules change. Maybe FDA and FSCI rules completely change. So a
Right.
lot will happen. A lot will happen. It won't just settle out normally. So there is a lot that we are still contemplating as hoteliers, as restaurateurs, that what is going to happen. But few things for sure, that delivery is going to be on the rise, and
Right.
people are going to avoid going to restaurants till about August, September, I think. And also because Mumbai is going to hit rains very soon, right? We're awaiting the rainy season in just about a month. So post that, we all know what happens to Mumbai. I mean, normal days में जो कहानी होती है, that kind of stops on a rainy day, and so with all of this and rains, don't know what's going to happen.
All right. So we're just staying optimistic about the whole situation, I think, and we have to be also pragmatic at
I'm
the
not being
same time.
pessimistic. I'm not being pessimistic here. I just said that बारिश होगी तो हम गाने सुन सकेंगे, 94.3.
No, that's what I said. I said we'll be optimistic. I don't know if it reached you.
Yeah.
Of course, आपको radio सुनना है. You have to listen to songs. You have to listen to radio. You have to listen to your own playlist. And in your case, Chef, your playlist is obviously made up of a lot of dishes in between the songs that you keep singing, I think, because you love humming, don't you? I've heard you humming quite a few times.
Yeah. Well, I am a worship leader in my church, so I sing in the church.
How sweet. Okay, so what are you going to cook for us right now? What do you have on your mind?
So today I thought that, let me do something nice and healthy. Breakfast is something that is coming up to be a challenge. कि हर दिन सुबह उठ के मतलब आज क्या बनाऊं? Today only me and my wife रोज बनाओ, रोज सफाई करो, रोज खाना खाओ और सो जाओ.
I know,
and then
right?
Eat, clean, repeat, sleep, repeat. So I thought that maybe something make at home and keep it and have it at least 2 to 3 times a week, and that will be a breakfast bar.
Okay, interesting.
So let's go.
Very interesting.
Let's go to the breakfast bar. Zoom allows you to switch your cameras. Yeah, it does.
Yes,
No.
yes. Your camera should be able to switch it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I've got cornflakes. Now my boys love the strawberry flavor, so we only get this, so you can have any whatever you like. I've got with me some oats, which we're gonna toast. Then I've got with me some raisins, some almonds.
Okay.
I sliced some apricots. I've got some dried cranberries, and I've got some chocolate.
Ooh. When it comes to kids, even us for that matter, we enjoy chocolate.
So I've done some prep work, some walnuts and some almonds already sliced up. So what I'm going to do is this view okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got my pan here, and all I'm going to do is just toast up these nuts a little bit, the ones which I've just sliced, and the same pan will go the oats. So they have to be kind of nutty brown. The nuttier they are, the better they will taste. Right? And this chocolate is just, Morde chocolate which I've cut open. And I'm going to just microwave this for about 30 to 50 seconds, depending on how much time it takes. I think 30 to 50 seconds should. Let's try 30 first.
Okay.
Okay. And so now in this bowl goes these sliced apricots, which doesn't need any treatment. Some cranberries.
Nice.
A little bit of raisins. Okay, so I've got raisins, cranberries, and apricots. Mix it up.
30 seconds are up.
Yeah, chocolate is also here. Yeah, it's melted. It's nice and soft and gooey.
Very nice. So have you used dark chocolate here?
No, this is your normal Morde. It's not dark. It's not the bitter dark. It's the dark, which is about 55%. I think I need another 15 seconds here. And these nuts are becoming nice and brown. So I toast in some oats along with it. Okay, and I'm going to add a lovely, beautiful flavor to it.
Okay.
Which is surprise, surprise, surprise. which is now coming the surprise your way, is rose petals.
Yay!
Dried rose petals.
Oh, damn cool. I have
You know,
some
so,
rose petals, in fact, and I've been meaning to use it.
so if
I'm
you
not
don't
knowing
have,
how.
yeah, if you
I
don't
have.
have it, then you can,
Huh.
like, if I'm talking about everybody else,
Of course.
if anybody doesn't have it, you can avoid it. But then chocolate and rose is actually a great combination. Just a little
I
bit of
agree.
that crunch comes out beautifully.
Yeah.
And
So
the
good.
oats are, I can smell it. I wish I could just pass that smell over to you guys.
I
So
know.
the
I know.
oat, almonds, and the walnut are getting toasted, and the chocolate is finally here, done.
Oh, super. So you first put it for 30
Yes.
seconds and then you put it for 15 more seconds so that it melts a little more. I mean, melts enough.
Yeah,
That's
so the
cool.
whole point is that microwaving chocolate is ideally not advisable because it kind of plays around with the texture of the chocolate. So you got to be very
Oh,
careful when you're doing microwaving chocolate. So you have to be like go every 10 seconds and change it.
sure. Yeah, yeah. So one can also
Okay,
take the option of double broiling it, na? I mean, you just steam it with water,
absolutely.
or something,
That
chocolate.
that is the ideal way to be. That's the ideal
Okay.
way to be. Okay. So my chocolate has melted, but
Huh.
somehow it's not become that liquidy. So I'll go for another 10 seconds.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
I need a liquid chocolate, more like a molten lava, so that I can mix it in.
Right. Right.
Now all the ingredients are a great, mixture for granola bar. You can actually put
Right.
some sesame in it and put some honey in it and just bake it in the oven to become granola. Right? So you can just make granola and keep. Or you're going to make this bar with chocolate. So you could do either or. Both can be done.
Oh, nice. So cool. And this is a
Any
good dash of
questions?
protein, fiber. You've got everything in here. So you can have it
Yeah,
any time of the day. It doesn't have to be like a breakfast bar. It can be a snack bar that you can have any time of the day.
correct.
So cool. So cool. Is there I
So,
know, I understand at home, Chef Ajay, I know that you've been very busy because you've been uh, helping your wife and helping your children with their studies. Have their online classes started?
yes, every day school starts at about 9
Okay.
and finishes at about 2:30. So there's a lot happening on the school front as well. Okay, so I'm
Wow.
gonna go. Yeah, so Big Daddy Chef and Big Mommy is busy. Okay, now all these things come together, become like a nice bhel. Okay, now I
Right.
need to park my phone somewhere here. I hope you don't mind seeing the granola for a little while. Till the time I
Okay.
just
Okay, while Chef Ajay is preparing the granola
actually
bar
see my
with
face
some
and you can ask me
chocolate.
questions if you would like. Yeah,
So I just wanted
you
to
can ask me
know,
questions.
of course, I mean, I remember talking to you about this, but now since it's been more than a month, I wanted to know if there is a new habit you have started through this lockdown, which you really enjoy.
Um, so there are few things that I'm really enjoying, which I was not able to do. So the whole point was that when I was before lockdown, every day, even if I was in Mumbai, the time I would come home, my kids would be asleep.
Right?
So putting them to sleep was something that I always wished to do and I wanted to do. So Sundays was the only day which kind of happened. So I enjoy putting them to sleep these days. They don't want to go to sleep. They want to be awake and you know watch movies and stream and all of that. But then, so that's one thing that really I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying playing carom and, all the board games that we do sometimes with them. So yeah, I'm
So
doing
cool.
that. Now, chocolate.
Oh, so cool. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is nicely melted. Now I just need to pour it all over. I think I'm going to call my little champ just for a little help. Ashish?
Yes. It'll be fun to have him over. That's Chef Ajay Chopra on 100 Hours, 100 Stars, and he's helping us with some chocolate granola bars. Looks delicious. All right, while the video has paused, what you need to do is look at the end of the screen down below. There is a link, and that link will take you to, another link, rather, the next step where you can proceed to contribute. There's a QR code which you can otherwise scan and get into the same step and contribute whatever it is that you can to the COVID warriors. Well, we are trying to raise this fund for the PM relief efforts for COVID-19, the pandemic that has hit our country, hit the world so hard that if we don't step up and help the people who really need our help, I guess it's humanity leaving us at the time when it is needed the most. Yeah, there are 100 stars with Chef Ajay Chopra.
Okay, so the chocolate is here.
Okay. Where's your boy?
Okay, I'm just
You're supposed to call him to help you.
No, now the iPad's going to help me. So you can see,
Yeah.
just mixing it up. And
Right.
then I've got this little tiffin box. Okay, I'm going to just oil it inside. And then just, press it down and kind of press it down and just keep it in the fridge for like 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Ready?
Wow, that is so cool, yeah. That is so
once
cool.
it's now, because it's very hot in Mumbai and Delhi, so if you want to keep it in the fridge, it's okay. If you want to keep it outside, it's also okay. Outside might be a little soggy. Fridge mein acha,
Right.
nice and crunchy rahega.
Right.
So you can have it any time of the day, really. But sometimes breakfast could be lazy. So just pick this up, have a coffee, and you're done. My wife loves all of these things. Very healthy stuff.
Every wife will love this because going by the chores that you've got to do every day and feeding everybody, looking after the house, and now these days getting essentials, it's become a big task, Ajay. I mean, you get it and then you have to spend another 2 hours just clearing it up, cleaning it up, and then packing it properly. Oh my God. The new normal.
So how are you cleaning your veggies?
So initially I started using plain water with a little bit of just regular soap, the hand wash kind of a thing that I usually have in the kitchen. Then I started using Dettol a little bit, with a pinch of Dettol. These days, which is in fact today, I started using baking soda. What about you?
Yeah, that is the best thing to do, baking soda or vinegar. Because even I was doing soap before and I read up that soap is not good because, obviously veggies are porous and soap might go inside and I might become Donald Trump.
This is something, Chef, that Donald Trump has become at his expense. The whole world is not only laughing at him, but also wondering that while the pandemic is as much a reality, Donald Trump is also a reality.
Well, so there are Corona warriors, there are Corona idiots, and there are Corona comedians. So Mr. Trump is one of them, the comedian. He's making everybody happy. Look at the positive side. He's bringing so much, laughter in people. People are about to laugh and can say that, oh my God, I had a good laugh.
Thousands of memes doing the rounds. Almost every other day. The moment he addresses people, It is meme worthy, suddenly.
But I think he's very cute.
Yeah, he
Because
is.
he will say something, and then he will look at somebody. I don't know who he looks at and says, "I find
Validation,
it interesting."
validation.
Yeah, I find it interesting. What about you? And then he says, "Fake news, fake news." Yeah. So this is a great tiffin dish as well. I don't know when tiffins will happen back again, or maybe tiffins are passé, or I don't know how the world will look at tiffins
Dude,
anymore.
really,
But
tiffins are passé for now. But like you said, we can make use of the tiffins in, storing food, in making granola bars, in making ice creams. Why not?
I mean, you've given a revelation. So this is now my granola bar mold, no longer my
See?
boy's tiffin box.
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay. So this is done.
Yay! Oh my God! Right up to the
So all I'm
brim.
going to do
That is so
is,
cool.
pack it in the fridge. I put some oil in the dabba so it won't, it won't stick. So all you need to do is just take it out, cut into bars, and keep it ready to eat
Great.
whenever.
Super cool. This is damn cool. Hi, is that Ashish?
Ashish is here to taste. My tasting buddy.
Hi, Ashish. Ashish, you love everything Papa cooks or everything Mama cooks? Don't give me a
Right now,
diplomatic answer now.
Right now, you don't want to see his face because he likes everything unhealthy, and it's got oats in it. That's very healthy.
And he doesn't like the taste of oats, huh?
Yeah.
He's just like my boy. Oh my God, everything unhealthy.
Yeah.
Not everything. तुरई की
Dada-
सब्जी who eats? भिंडी की सब्जी who eats?
अरे वाह! Ashish, you should talk to my son also because he doesn't eat sabzis at all. I'm okay with unhealthy eating and junk eating, but he should eat sabzi. He doesn't eat only.
So Ashish eats a lot of non-veg, but Akshat is a pure, vegetarian by choice. He would love to eat vegetarian over non-vegetarian. And he gets excited when he would go to a sabzi wala and say, Mama, gobi also, bengal also, this also,
Wow, that's so good, yeah. You
Yeah.
nice mix between the boys.
Yep. Happy for that.
So cool. But this is damn good. Okay, one last question. What do you think will be the first thing you'd want to do the day you're given the chance? Maybe as we open the lockdown, what is it that you'd first want to do?
Go to Yaucha and hog on dim sums. Like there is no tomorrow.
I guess everybody is going to get down to doing things that they feel this lockdown has taught them that yes, there might not be tomorrow, so you might as well do it today.
Exactly. So the point is that I'm a chef, but obviously my dim sum skills aren't that great, and I just the entire family loves Jaucha like a lot. And whenever I'm trying to make chicken momos at home, they're like, "Okay, Baba, good try," But Yaucha is Yaucha, so yeah. For me, if at all lockdown ends and everything is safe, then yeah, that's where I'm going.
So cool. Thank you so much for bringing us to your kitchen, Chef. This has meant a lot to us at Radio 1, at HT, as well as for the viewers who are watching you. They love you for being the big daddy because you're always this big daddy who is telling other daddies to cook and to become part of the family. And that is the best bonding method possible that one has right at home. And I think people were missing out on that. And you have been such an important person to actually remind them about that. So can you quickly take us to your social media handles again?
Yeah, so my Instagram handle is @Chef Ajay Chopra. YouTube is also Ajay Chopra. Facebook is also Ajay Chopra, and I am also Ajay Chopra. So yeah, just kind of search for Ajay Chopra. A man standing in a blue coat is who I am with a blue tick. But yeah, I think before that, I just want to say that now is the time for humanity to come together. And, so you're doing this amazing work, to raise funds for the PM Cares Fund. I think a lot of people are putting the funds there. And I just pray that, all the people who are underprivileged right now, or not getting meals on time, or not getting PPE kits on time, should get, so the resources also should flow in that manner. And I just hope that people contribute wholeheartedly with this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye. Thank you.
जब सारी दुनिया कर रही थी बकवास, तब फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज की शुरुआत करते हुए रेडियो पर जॉन इब्राहिम, गौतम गंभीर और वरुण धवन ने मिलकर ये कहा।
हाय, मैं हूँ गौतम गंभीर।
हाय, मैं हूँ वरुण धवन।
हाय, मैं हूँ जॉन इब्राहिम।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ मैं कहता हूँ बकवास बंद, बदलाव शुरू।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज का सबसे पहला इनिशिएटिव था नो MC, नो BC।
मैं जॉन इब्राहिम कहता हूँ,
मैं वरुण धवन भी ये वादा करता हूँ,
हम अपनी शहर की औरतों को जुबान से इज्जत देंगे,
यानी नो MC, नो BC।
उसके बाद मिशन तेजाब में कई एसिड अटैक विक्टिम्स की जिंदगी का रुख बदल दिया।
हाय, मैं हूँ आमिर खान और फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज एसिड अटैक विक्टिम्स को एक नई जिंदगी दे रहा है। मैं इसका स्वागत करता हूँ।
मिशन जुर्रत में देश के सारे पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट्स को एक साथ मिलकर कहा।
नमस्कार, मैं अमिताभ बच्चन बोल रहा हूँ। दिल्ली, बेंगलोर, कोलकाता और मुंबई पुलिस को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं मैं देना चाह रहा हूँ। आप फीवर 104 FM मिशन जुर्रत का हिस्सा बने। ये बदलाव की बहुत बड़ी शुरुआत है और मेरी शुभकामनाएं आपके साथ।
जब कश्मीर में फ्लड्स आए, लाखों की तादाद में खाने पीने की सामग्री कश्मीर भिजवाई। हमारी इस कोशिश के लिए मिशन कश्मीर ने जीता गोवा फेस्ट में प्रेस्टिजियस एबी अवार्ड।
मैं और आप मिलकर फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज का अगला प्रोजेक्ट शुरू करते हैं, ब्लड बैंक 104। ब्लड बैंक 104 फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ मैं जॉन इब्राहिम ये वादा करता हूँ कि इस शहर में जब भी होगी खून की दरकार, तैयार रहेगा फीवर 104।
और फिर ट्रैफिक जैम की वजह से नहीं जाए कोई जान, उसके लिए हमने शुरू की अपनी मुहिम एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट।
हाय, मैं हूँ जॉन इब्राहिम।
हाय, मैं हूँ गौतम गंभीर।
हाय, मैं वरुण धवन बोल रहा हूँ।
हाय, मैं हूँ आलिया भट्ट।
जब भी एम्बुलेंस का सायरन सुनाई दे तो हो जाए लेफ्ट, क्योंकि एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट।
अब बकवास बंद, बदलाव शुरू।
एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट के साथ साथ फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने जिम्मा लिया ऑर्गन ट्रांसप्लांट का और बनाया ग्रीन कॉरिडोर, जिसमें एयरपोर्ट से हॉस्पिटल का सफर जो घंटों का था उसे मिनटों का बना दिया। एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट का डंका सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान में नहीं बल्कि न्यूयॉर्क तक बजा। रेडियो के ऑस्कर कहे जाने वाले न्यूयॉर्क फेस्टिवल ने एम्बुलेंस फर्स्ट इनिशिएटिव को 2 बार NYF अवार्ड से नवाजा। और फिर कैंसर सर्वाइवर्स की जिंदगी में बदलाव लाने के लिए फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ जुड़े युवराज सिंह।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ कैंसर सर्वाइवर की जिंदगी के बदलाव के लिए मैं युवराज सिंह तैयार हूँ। क्या आप तैयार हैं?
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने वोटिंग परसेंटेज में किया बदलाव, अपनी मुहिम ईच वन खींच वन के साथ।
नमस्कार, मैं हूँ फीवर RJ अमिताभ बच्चन। चुनाव का माहौल बना हुआ और मैं तो कहूँगा कि ईच वन खींच वन। जब मैं भी वोटिंग करने जाऊंगा तो किसी को साथ खींच कर लेकर जाऊंगा।
इंडियन आर्मी के साथ मिलकर फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने एक ऐसा जश्न मनाया जिसका शोर बॉर्डर पार पहुंचा।
मैं गौतम गंभीर।
मैं हूँ कर्नल VN थापर, कैप्टन विजयन थापर का फादर।
मैं हूँ मेजर गौरव आर्या।
फीवर FM के साथ मिलकर कहता हूँ,
इस कारगिल विजय दिवस मिलकर ऐसा जश्न मनाएंगे कि शोर
बॉर्डर पार पहुंचे। जय हिंद,
जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद।
7 दिसंबर इंडियन आर्म्ड फोर्स फ्लैग डे पर फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ पूरे हिंदुस्तान ने मिलकर दिखाया अपना देश प्रेम।
मैं सिर्फ यही रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा सारे अपने फैंस और लिसनर्स से, आप फेसबुक हो चाहे इंस्टाग्राम हो चाहे इवन ट्विटर हो, अगर आप अपना फ्रेम चेंज कर सकते हैं 7 दिसंबर को, तो कहीं ना कहीं आप वो रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हैं आर्म फोर्सेस को।
दिल्ली की बिगड़ती हवा और पोल्यूशन से एनवायरनमेंट को बचाने के लिए फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज लेकर आया प्रोजेक्ट ग्रीन हार्ट्स, जहां हमने दिल्ली NCR में लगाए 1 लाख से भी ज्यादा पेड़।
आप पहले 1 या 2 पेड़ों से शुरुआत करो और कोशिश करो कि उन पेड़ों को अपने बच्चों की तरह बड़ा करो।
पुलवामा अटैक, इस मुश्किल की घड़ी में पूरे देश को शहीदों के परिवार से जोड़ रही थी एक वेबसाइट, भारत के वीर। तो फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के साथ मिलकर सुपरस्टार अक्षय कुमार ने फीवर 104 FM पर DG CRPF से कहा,
हेलो डी साहब, शरद।
हाँ, नमस्कार।
नमस्कार, अक्षय भाई मेरे साथ दूसरी लाइन पे।
नमस्ते जी। मेरे लायक कोई भी सेवा हो, मैं बोला पूरा देश आपके साथ है इस वक्त। अभी आई हैव जस्ट सेंट 5 करोड़ रुपीस टू भारत के वीर फ्रॉम माय साइड।
फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज ने शुरू की मुहिम #सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक से ब्रेकअप।
मैं तो सभी दुकानदारों से आग्रह करूंगा
आप अपने दुकान पर हमेशा बोर्ड लगाते हैं, एक बोर्ड ये भी लगा दीजिए, कृपा करके हमसे प्लास्टिक की थैली की अपेक्षा न करें।
और फिर पहली बार देश के किसी मीडिया हाउस की पीठ थपथपाने के लिए देश के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने फीवर 104 एफएम के लिए ट्वीट किया। फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज के पिछले 5 सालों की ये तो बस एक छोटी सी झलक थी, लेकिन फीवर वॉइस ऑफ चेंज की टीम जॉन इब्राहिम के साथ कहती है, ये बस शुरुआत है, बदलाव अब भी बाकी है।
Alright, so this is 100 hours, 100 stars और हम ना ही बॉलीवुड स्टार्स से बात करते हैं, but we're talking to stars from all walks of life. And this is a non-stop tribute to our COVID warriors. यहाँ पे नीचे आपको एक QR code दिखेगा, उसको स्कैन कीजिएगा please, and please make your generous donations to our PM Cares Fund. The next star with us for 100 hours, 100 stars is of course national award-winning Chef Amninder Sandhu. Hi, welcome Chef.
Hi Meenal.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm very good. और इस कोरोना की लड़ाई में आप बहुत सारा अच्छा काम कर रही हैं, उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. But before that, tell me, how is this lockdown treating you as a person, as an individual? How is it affecting you?
So when it started for 2 weeks, my delivery kitchen was shut, and I was really losing my mind. And then we fell under the essential services, and we were able to open again. And just that, I remember going back to work the first day, and that sense of having a normal life, I just felt like such a big blessing.
Right.
That, just going to work, we just take going to work very lightly, right? And granted, yeah.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So.
पर इस लॉकडाउन में फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक गॉड कि आपकी इंडस्ट्री जो है एसेंशियल सर्विसेज के अंडर आती है, एंड लाइक द फैक्ट दैट पीपल लाइक मी हु कांट कुक, इट्स जस्ट सिंपलर फॉर अस टू गेट फूड थ्रू people like you. And but this lockdown somewhere has of course brought in that fear in people also, ना कि बाहर से पता नहीं कैसे क्या. How do you think it's going to affect you and your industry, and like tell us how you're planning on dealing with something like that?
We take all the necessary precautions in the kitchen. I mean, even in the kitchen, we maintain social distancing. We're not close to each other. Mask, gloves, hand sanitizers. We regularly check the temperatures of all the entire team. When they pick up order, we also make records of that. It has to be documented. Even the delivery guys who come to pick the food they have to maintain social distancing. Their hands are sanitized and all of that. And I think all of us are so paranoid, and the way ahead is just going to be super tough.
Yeah.
It's pretty much killed our industry, and we never imagined ever seeing days like these.
Yeah. Do you think it's giving way to like something new that would come up, like a new way of dining out or a new way of?
It will, because it's during times of adversities like these that people innovate and new things come about. But I feel really bad that we were slowly building on that whole community tables and sitting next to a stranger and eating and all of that. And I feel after this that will be completely wiped off. I don't see that happening. Yeah, as it is, at least for a year. It's going to take at least a year for the restaurant industry to come back to some new normal, which is never going to be what it was, where you went to a nightclub to party and they were,
correct.
Sorry, my phone fell. There were 500, 600 people. That I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. You in fact started a brand called Iktara in Bombay. Just before the lockdown.
Yeah, and after Earth, when I decided to do a delivery kitchen, and I would meet people like top restaurateurs, and they were like, so what are you going to do next? And I said, I'm starting a delivery kitchen. And they were like, what, are you crazy? Like, why would you do that? But it just so happened that the timing was just perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, imagine like putting in all your investments in a proper place and like starting out on your own, and then this lockdown. That would have really like.
That would have killed me completely.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
it's a blessing in disguise. So tell us a little bit about Iktara. What kind of food do you do? And
So Iktara is very wholesome, hearty, wholesome, soulful food. When I was making the menu, I imagined sitting at home and I imagined what I would want to eat if I wanted to eat Indian food, and that's how I put the menu together. So it's very comforting. It's things predictable, things that food that reminds you of somebody or you've eaten somewhere, your grandmother, mother.
Right.
It's a predictable food, yeah.
Are we seeing Devmali on the menu?
No, Devmali is not on the menu. But there's Mama's. I know.
Mama's mutton.
But this Mama's mutton curry is on the menu.
Oh, nice. Really nice. So I believe you're also catering to a senior citizens old age home.
We did. So we've been cooking relief meals in association with the restaurant industry, the restaurant association. And yesterday, it just so happened that one of my very close friends, it was his dad's birthday, and he says that usually every year he organizes a langar, and because of this, he couldn't do it. And he said, because you're already cooking for poor people, will you, I'll send you some money. Can you cook for my dad's birthday? So I decided I cooked for 300 people and I took it to the old age home yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, during this lockdown, a lot of people are watching a lot of shows, and I'm so happy to say that your show is there on Netflix, The Final
Yes.
Table. And it's a great watch. And what was that experience like?
It was an incredible experience, although it was very stressful. I always say, those 60 minutes that we were given for the challenges felt like 6 minutes. It's the shortest 60 minutes I've ever experienced. But I feel very happy about doing it because I threw myself out of my comfort zone, and then each episode was a challenge where we had to do a national dish of a different country. And and then it was like there were dishes that I didn't know of, and I still had to cook them. So it was a good experience. Yeah.
Right. So 100 hours, 100 stars, which is what we're doing right now. It's a non-stop tribute to our COVID warriors. And not just Radio 1, but Fever FM and Radio Nasha के सारे Facebook और Instagram pages पर ये live feed जा रही है. So people across the country are going to be watching this. So, I'm going to ask you a few regions of India, and I want you to tell me what you like best from that region in terms of food, okay?
Oh my God, okay.
So let's start with Kashmir.
Gushtaba.
Oh, so good. Let's do Hyderabad.
Biryani.
Yeah, if Hyderabad and Lucknowi biryani mein agar...
Hyderabadi.
Yeah?
For me, yeah.
Yeah, the Hyderabadi. What about
Kache gosht ki biryani. Sorry?
Kache gosht ki biryani. Oh, yes. Gujarat.
Khandvi.
Oh, nice. What about Kerala?
Appam and stew.
Okay, and now
actually curry mein, because you only get it there.
Oh yeah, you do. You only get it.
Yeah.
Oh. Also the roadside Malbari parota and the beef fry.
Yeah.
All right. What about something from Indore? Is there anything you ate in Indore that?
It'll be the jalebi and jalebis.
Jalebis. What's your go-to for in Delhi? What do you?
Chole bhature.
Oh yeah, कहाँ की?
Green Park.
Oh, nice. पुणे में भी आप बहुत आ चुकी हैं. So something in Pune that you like to eat?
Oh my God, Surve's. It's my all-time favorite place.
Nice.
It doesn't ever happen that I go to Pune and I don't eat there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I think it's everything done right for a restaurant, that place.
It's true.
It's beautiful.
True. Yeah. And what about Bombay? Where do you go to eat? If not your place, where do you go?
I eat at a lot of places in Bombay actually, but some places that have been my favorite for a long time are Ghazali.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's always a big hit with Mumbaikars
Yes.
and seafood lovers. Yeah, of course, for sure, for sure. Any exotic dish that you've ever you've eaten once and never eaten again?
Wow, you put me in a yeah, because I recently went to Indonesia and actually my friend actually cooked it for me, and it was steak with goose liver pate, which was just charred, and then there was just beautiful mushrooms, porcini, and portobello, and all of that on the side. And I remember that dish a lot, but I've not had it again.
Oh, okay. So you're definitely planning on getting your bite of that dish soon after this is over.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of people at home are trying their hand at cooking during this lockdown. Is there anything you've seen of late of your friends or anything that you didn't expect and you were blown away with the picture?
Yeah, my friend Riva Babbar, she's upped her game. Like she's everything fancy. Yeah, she doesn't cook anything like home food. She's like super fancy. I call her Miss Fans.
What has she made of late?
So she's like every day for breakfast. Oh, this is what I ate today for breakfast, frittata. And then she goes, yeah. And then she's like for lunch, I made a yakni pulao with things like that. And then she does a really nice bread and butter pudding. That she's very creative.
Right. So राशन की बहुत कमी है during this lockdown.
वही मैं बोलने वाली थी कि लोग सब ट्राई कर रहे हैं, but I just wish that it was a better time for everyone to try cooking where you could really go crazy with ingredients,
That's true. But you're the best person to ask how do we go crazy with regular home ingredients. Like what if I have dal, chawal, आटा, मैं क्या बनाऊँ उसका जो मेरे को पसंद आए, अच्छा लगे.
Which dal do you have?
All of them, most of them. Masoor, tur, moong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with dal, there's a lot you can do. There's this Bengali dish called Radha Vallavi, which is like bollobi, which is like a kachori, which has a dal stuffing in it.
Oh.
Yeah, and that with just a aloo sabzi, rasse wala aloo sabzi is really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can do dal stuffed parathas.
Hang on, I'm writing that down. What did you call that dish?
Radha Vallabi.
Radha Vallabi. Radha Vallabi. Okay, got it. Radha Vallabi. Okay. Also, a lot of sabzis that we have no option.
With rice, you can make firni.
Also. Oh yeah, firni also. That's true. Also, like I was saying, सब्जी वालों के पास ना जो भी सब्जी है वो हम लोग लेके आते हैं, लेकिन वो बहुत बोरिंग सब्जीज होती हैं, like गवार. What do you do with गवार?
Yeah, it's very gawar, yeah, that vegetable.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask you what are ingredients that you can जो भी कर लो उसको कभी मजेदार नहीं बना सकते हो. गवार is one of them, you think?
बना सकते हैं, but उसमें फिर दूसरा एक ingredient add करना पड़ेगा. Like if there was a good protein with it, and the gawar was not the hero, then I think it's possible. But I'm sure a lot of vegetarians will disagree with me, but I'm a meathead, and so for me, that's how my brain is wired.
Also, tinda is something that we are getting a lot.
Tinda can be, it has, मतलब उसमें बाकी इतनी चीजें डालनी पड़ेंगी कि वो watery टिंडे की जो texture होता है ना उसको थोड़ा overpower कर सके, and then you add more textures to it, you add something crispy in it, you can scoop it out and then stuff it and then bake it and then maybe add crunchy things on top of that.
Yes, you did it. You changed my life. I can't believe I'm going to dream of tindas tonight, like stuffed tindas in the oven with cheesy.
And then top, and then maybe do like a tahini or a yogurt or some kind of like you can top it with that, or
Oh, nice. Another ingredient is dudhi.
Dudhi, you can make a nice raita out of dudhi. You grate dudi and then you blanch it slightly, and then you can make a raita with just like bhuna hua jeera, pudina, kala namak. It's very nice, and you make it thick, almost like a dip. And you can also make very nice दूधी कोफ्तास. वही ग्रेट करो, उसको ब्लांच कर लो थोड़ा, squeeze the water out, and then you put your अदरक, लहसुन, हरी मिर्च, धनिया, मसाले, and then put a little basin, any binder, and then make koftas, and then you can make a gravy of your choice, maybe a yogurt gravy, and put these koftas in it, and then make parathas with it.
Wow. National chef for a reason, man. National award chef for a reason, dude. So I know we've spoken about this before when you had come to our radio station, but since this audience is completely different, I want you to like relive your moment of winning that national award.
Oh my God. My mom saw me on TV, for starters, number one. The first time she ever saw me on TV was then. I didn't even know how prestigious the award was until I was going to walk up on the stage. And then just before I was going to walk up on stage, I looked up and I, like from the bottom of my heart, I said, thank you, God, you made me see this day. I'm incredibly grateful. I don't know how it happened, but it changed my life.
Wow. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. And you came up with such amazing brands. Like, I mean, last year, approximately the same time, I was at Sancho's in Bombay and had like one of the best meals of my life. And then, of course, met with an accident on the Mumbai.
Yeah, I remember.
Immediately after. But I think, like, touch wood, I'm safe today. But if I had to go that day, I'd be like, I had the best meal of my life before I went. This was it.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
But really nice. Really nice. And like...
That's because you're a super positive person, you know. You're looking at it that way. That's amazing. That's amazing what you think.
Oh, see.
Yeah.
So tell me about this lockdown at home. Like, how busy are you, or how, like, what's your routine like with the work? And
so the happiest person in my house is my doggy Mowgli, because I used to think he's so hyper, and what is wrong with this dog, because I used to not spend so much time at home, and now that I've got to spend time with him, I know that he's just so amazing, and he's the happiest. Yeah. And then my mom was visiting, and then she's here with me now. So I'm getting to spend a lot of time. Yeah, with my mother.
Did she get, like, she came by chance?
Yeah. And then this lockdown happened, and now my mom is here, and I've never, for the longest time, spent so much time with my mother, because she lives in Jorat. I live in Bombay, and so, and you know, she's cooking me meals, and she's there around, and it's just amazing. Like, a lot of times, like, so I live with my younger brother. We live together, and so when we come back from work and mom's made food, it's somehow like, the other day I was like, I feel like I've come back from school, like both of us, me and my brother, and mom's made something, and so it's just a really nice feeling.
So nice. What does she make that you like the best?
Oh, my mom is a wizard in the kitchen.
Oh, that's where you get it from?
I don't think I'm as good as her. I don't know, half an hour, you see her in the kitchen and you feel she's not doing anything. You don't even see her hands moving a lot, and she whips up a beautiful meal. She like lay the table, cook, clean, do dishes like this. I'm like, I bless my grandmother, my mom's mother-in-law. She's trained her very well.
Oh!
Because she does all that work and never complains.
कुछ तो अच्छा निकला patriarchal society से. Our mothers learned how to cook well.
Yeah.
But it's been such a pleasure to speak to you again, Chef, and like, I can't wait to like come to Bombay and try Tara's food. All those posts you're putting up are making me drool. So soon after this lockdown.
Thank you.
Yes, this is 100 Hours, 100 Stars, and of course our star for this moment is Chef Amninder Sandhu. बढ़िया chef है, national award winning chef है, and there's a QR code at the bottom of your screen. Please इस interview को like कीजिए. First of all, अच्छा लगा हो तो definitely QR code को scan करके PM Cares Fund को donate कर दीजिए. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you, Meenal. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Presenting Fever Network. The power of three. Number one station in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Kolkata. Fever FM, the bar of Bollywood.
Congratulations to all of you for being the number one radio station.
The biggest CSR initiative on radio. Pioneers of radio drama in the industry. Biggest sports tie-ups. Official radio partners of 5 winning IPL teams. Most entertaining shows and RJs. Radio Nasha, India's coolest retro station.
107.2 Radio Nasha. Nasha, 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 Nasha. गाने का नशा, गुनगुनाने का नशा, सुनने का नशा, सुना.
Celebrities. Best of retro. Shows and RJs that take you back in time. Radio 1, India's only international network. The only radio station Katy Perry vibed with. We were there when U2 performed for the first time in India. Global teen sensation Justin Bieber jams with Radio 1. Truly global shows and RJs. Megamix, America's Top 40, The Mahindra Blues Show, and more.